when we don't contemplate death enough, and I don't mean get scared by it or whatever, but sort of contemplate what does it mean, and that will inform us how we want to live as well. Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. I am doing a gift request today from none other than Penny from Hedlund. And Penny, shout out to you. Thank you for this request. It's Scotty McCreery. I don't think I've done anything by Scotty. And 5 more minutes. I wonder what he wants 5 more minutes for. Maybe it's at the end of life. It's one of these things where you can't even guess, really. You could guess, but I'm really curious. That title has sort of captivated my attention. There's so many things. 5 more minutes. Here we go. It's contemporary.
8 years old, couple cane posts sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes.
Alright.
At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes.
It has multiple applications across the... I wonder how it's going to... Well, I'm going to guess that this is going to be an end-of-life type thing, too, where the end of the song will talk about if I had 5 more minutes with, like, my father who was dying or something. But we'll see if I'm right on that.
Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it.
Yeah.
And give myself 5 more minutes. 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10-9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. Wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it.
The good moments you wish you had a pause button. The bad moments you wish you had an acceleration button.
And give myself 5 more minutes. In '86, my grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished, just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Yeah, sometimes this old life will leave you wishing that you had 5 more
Yeah. I mean, that's normal. And then in the end of life, it's like, I mean, I've talked about this before, but when we don't contemplate death enough, and I don't mean get scared by it or whatever, but sort of contemplate what does it mean? And that will inform us how we want to live as well. But, you know, those 5 more minutes, well, a lot of things can get said. But the thing is, we're not familiar with death. That's just the thing. We're familiar with other people and things, whether they're trees, animals, pets, family members, friends, people we never heard of. We're familiar with other death. We're not familiar with our own. And that's a state of consciousness that we just don't have access to. And so that kind of scares us. So we want a little bit more time. But then, like, if you got 5 more minutes, and let's say somehow God said, okay, you get 5 more minutes. You'd be like, well, can I have 30 more seconds? Like, it wouldn't stop there because you want to keep being what you know, which is alive and conscious. So it's sort of like Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. That was sort of his proof on a certain level that he exists and isn't some brain in a vat, these philosophical thought experiments. But this is one of these songs where the arrangement, I mean, obviously this is contemporary, sort of like Nashville. It's not pop country, but it's like like country in Nashville now is sort of like rock and with some country influence. It's kind of like what a lot of it is. Not all of it. There's some really good stuff coming out of Nashville too. But these were the types of lyrics. Well, I like the lyrics. I like the story in it. And it would be like, obviously Scotty's, you know, a contemporary artist in Nashville. The label's going to control how things get put out there. And he might even just love the way this is put out there. But if this had more traditional, like if you brought in the steel and you know, whatever, you have more like traditional setting, this song would have been, to some of us, more appealing, put it that way. But the lyrics in it were nice. Like he's fishing, his mother calls him in. He's fishing like with his buddy, I think, and his mother is calling him in for supper. He's like, if I could only have 5 more minutes, because, you know, he's fishing. He wants to stay out there a bit longer. And then, you know, the football thing. He's like, if I only had 5 more minutes on this field, because the next time I get into the stadium, I'm going to have to buy a ticket. I'm not a player anymore. And then his grandfather is passing away. So there are so many things that you could have talked about wanting 5 more minutes for. All right, so I'm going to rate this song, Penny. I mean, on the story, I liked. And so I'm coming in with an 8.2 because it does make you reflect. It does. Like, what would you want 5 more minutes for, type of thing? Like, so where in your life right now do you wish you had 5 more minutes? Sometimes it's just at the end of the day, just 5 more minutes to enjoy peace before you fall asleep, if your days are chaotic, depending on what you do for a living and things like this. But there it is. So Penny, thank you for the gift. I love these stories that make me think. I love thinking. So have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.